Good evening and welcome back to 29 News Streaming. Live in the newsroom, I'm Isla Miyabi, and thanks for joining me for tonight's edition of Your Day in News, where we recap the top stories of the day. The Virginia Supreme Court is allowing a referendum to be held April 21st, giving voters the option to support redrawing Virginia maps. Avery Davis shares what hurdles must be cleared for that map to go into effect.
I'm celebrating the decision that people will get to be involved in the decision.
Friday morning, the Virginia Supreme Court cleared the way for an unprecedented April referendum on redistricting, a yes or no vote on the state's proposed 10-to-1 reshuffling of congressional districts. There's a catch. The court still has to decide whether the move is constitutional. The timeline of that remains unclear.
But I don't think this is a cause for celebration. We got drug into this situation. This is not a move we wanted to make.
Charlottesville Democrat State Senator Cree Deeds voted yes to the redistricting amendment after Republicans in other states advanced similar moves. This is the map Democrats hope to pass ahead of November's midterms.
I think while they don't respond to public opinion directly, there's an old saying, the court reads the election return.
Those opposed to gerrymandering wish the Supreme Court made its final decision before allowing voters to have a say.
I think it's confusing to voters that the Supreme Court of Virginia didn't give us some clarity and finality on this matter right now. They could have done that. They saw this coming.
Brian Cannon is on the Advisory Council for No Gerrymandering Virginia, a bipartisan advocacy group.
It's a disappointing case, but at the end of the day, we have to again make the case to voters, like we did in 2020, that Virginia is not a place for gerrymandering.
While the Supreme Court slows any final decision, both sides will spend money trying to sway voters.
This is the most amount of money that has ever been spent on amending Virginia's Constitution. It's an obscene amount of money.
There's a lot of time between now and April 21st, and they will each be seeing about 1,000 ads, pro and con.
Two more Albemarle County high schools participated in a walkout today, joining a growing student movement protesting ICE actions. This comes after a Charlottesville high school demonstration that drew hundreds of students. Kate Nectarline has more on what the students hope to achieve.
The students I spoke with tell me they left class because they wanted to make sure their voices were heard. Now, this also comes amid a broader debate about safety, with the school division saying it cannot guarantee security once students step off of campus.
Seeing all these students, my classmates in here, makes me really proud.
With chants and cheers, hundreds of Albemarle High School students walked out of class Friday, marching across Hydraulic Road to protest against ICE.
Even if you're not an immigrant, it still affects people around you.
With posters in hand, the high schoolers made their way to Stonefield, piling onto the pedestrian bridge on Route 29, all in violation of school rules.
The policy is you cannot leave school, cannot leave the campus.
We're told any student that left and came back will have their parents notified and each will receive an absence.
That honestly makes it even more impactful knowing that we had to leave school and we're missing out on lessons and lectures and information because it's really important that we're having an impact on our community.
There were questions about safety, particularly as Charlottesville police investigates threatening comments about Charlottesville High School's protest Monday. Albemarle Police tells us its officers maintained a presence on the roads to keep everyone safe.
Students do choose to leave on their own. This is not anything that the schools are planning. It's not anything that schools are involved with. But we want to make sure that the learning environment is not disrupted.
It's their role as students, these protesters say, that makes their participation mean even more.
I think it's super important that the older generation sees how much we care about this. The power is in the people, especially the younger generations.
There's a lot of students that are not Hispanic, and it just feels very nice to see that we have support.
Kate Nectarline, 29 News.
UVA baseball opened its 138th season this afternoon, kicking off the Chris Pollard era with a 3-game set against Wagner. Jackson Schock shares what fans are looking forward to this season.
Virginia baseball opens its 26th season against Wagner College, and everyone I spoke to is excited, including one young Wahoo fan.
We got great transfers and great players, and they look pretty good, so excited for their UVA debut today.
This is Virginia's 138th baseball season in school history and the first under the Who's new head coach, Chris Pollard. The temperature before first pitch was in the upper 40s, but that didn't stop fans from making it to the game to see the new head coach's first game with the Cavaliers.
I think he's pretty good. Duke, I think Duke's been pretty good for the last few years, and some transfers came, and I bet he can get it done.
Carter has watched the Hoos play for a few years now, and the reason for his fandom is simple.
I was born here in Charlottesville, so home city.
Virginia plays Wagner 3 times this weekend, once Friday and 2 times in a doubleheader on Saturday. From Disharoon Park, Jackson Schock, 29 News.
Thanks so much for tuning in for tonight's edition of Your Day in News. For 29 News, I'm Isla Miyabi.